The Atlanta police started reinvestigating the passing of King Von, and they found new evidence, new witnesses, and why King Von ran up on Quando Rondo. This even got the attention of Boosie, who would even share King Von's biggest mistake on that night.
King Von
I almost feel like, yeah, but I almost feel like if you have real security,
all of them is supposed to blast. I feel like they would have been more ready in Chicago.
Sad, man, sad. I mean, the whole King Von thing is really kind of hanging
me up,
over
bro.
everyone right now.
That me up, bro. Cause I like King Von. You know?
As the police would investigate rappers' interviews over the course of the last 2 years, and they were able to connect a lot of mysteries together. As on November 5th, 2020, King Von and his crew prepared to head to Club Opium in Atlanta for his album's release party. The night was supposed to be a massive celebration of the life and success of King Von, but nobody knew that it would be so short-lived. King Von had many enemies. As growing up in a place as dangerous as O-Block, he knew the risks of being caught lacking in public, so when rolling out to the club, King Von had a consistent crew of 20 to 25 members deep. They had 8 vehicles spread across everyone. As even Von's manager 100K Track said, King Von took extreme measures to always make sure that he was safe in any situation.
I travel with one security that moves with Von, and he traveled with 2 more security. You know what I'm saying? Von traveled in a proof truck, and not only that, his guys are security, man. He travels with 10 to 15 guys daily. They protect and love Von more than any security would. We're like, I think we're about 8-10 cars deep, 20-25 on entourage.
However, later on in the night, something would change. King Von would act out and put his entire life in jeopardy, but in the meantime, Von's party was doing great. Everyone was having a good time inside, celebrating the success of Von's new album, but once the party ended around 2:30 a.m., Von and his entourage began exiting the club with the plan of everyone returning to their Airbnb. However, King Von, he had different plans, and he didn't let his security even know about it.
Everybody mind leaving the club is that we're going to the hotel and the Airbnb, because that's normal routine. The club he went to, the after hours, wasn't getting paid for. I didn't have no acknowledgement of. His team didn't have no acknowledgement of. That was a complete Von decision.
As with the whole crew heading to the Airbnb, King Von told his driver to go to another club known as the Monaco Lounge. This would be the first decision of many that led to the end of King Von.
So everybody else that was with us driving to the Airbnb, and Von literally went to the venue by himself. We got a call later from people in the car, like, hey bro, we here by, matter of fact, I think from his DJ was like, hey bro, you know we here by ourselves, like, where you guys at? And everybody rerouted to that venue.
As for some reason, the people in King Von's truck only let the rest of the team know about the plans once they arrived to Monaco. When the rest of the team found out, their cars then made a U-turn towards the new club instantly, speeding down the highway and running every red light. Once Von's manager got to Monaco, he knew something was off about King Von. He wasn't acting like the upbeat guy that he usually is, and instead he was very quiet. Von's crew was ready to enter the new club, but he sat in the truck for up to 30 minutes, not speaking to anyone, with his car door locked.
For some reason, Von wasn't himself. This man is like, I promise you, the best artist I ever moved in my life. For some reason that night, it was off. Like, he stayed in the car for like 30-35 minutes.
His manager hopped into the truck to go check on him when Von then finally agreed to go into the lounge. However, due to Monaco's club rules, King Von's crew had to leave all of their firearms in their cars. As first, they would send security in to check out the club, making sure everything was safe at every corner.
I went to the car he was in. I was like, yo, Von. Went inside the passenger seat. I'm like, yo, Von, bro, what's going on? Like, everybody here waiting, let's go. He was like, all right, let's go. We're telling security, hey, it's time to go in now. Von's ready. You know what I'm saying? We've been here too long. Let's go inside the club. They check the venue, go inside, check the outside, make sure there's no...
But the real danger was actually outside in the parking lot, when Quando Rondo was in his car with a couple of his own gang members trying to get some sleep. Since Von and the others were waiting for the okay to enter the club, King Von then got word that Quando Rondo was inside of his car, then told King Von that he was over there.
Now, right before we go inside the club, one of his homeboys, he came to the car and said, hey, so-and-so's here. And Von just jumped up like, oh, come on, let's go.
as King Von reacted instantly, jumping out of the truck and looking to confront Quando. Von seems strictly told him to chill out, not start a scene, but this didn't stop him, as King Von went around the front of the white vehicle and immediately began swinging at Quando.
He jumped out the car. By the time Von jumped out the car, I don't even think he knew where so-and-so was. He just jumped out the car. He bumped into so-and-so. As soon as he bumped into so-and-so, started brawling.
Then only a couple of seconds into the brawl, Quando's best friend Lul Timm comes out of the back side of the white car with his firearm, and then he would use it towards King Von, where he would be affected multiple times, and then Von's manager also got hit in his leg. Some of Von's members were still strapped. They would instantly begin retaliating on Lul Timm, making him fall to the ground only a few feet away. With the noise eclipse going off in the area, 2 off-duty officers working security down the street, and 1 on-duty officer would then pull up to the scene. They would unleash multiple rounds into the area, hitting and ending one of King Von's members, but during this, King Von lies in the middle of the street with Quando Rondo laying right beside him. People online believe Quando is trying to snatch Von's chain before fleeing the area, but 100K Track would think that Von was actually holding Quando there to shield himself from the off-duty officers.
And was he trying to take Von's chain, or?
Honest truth, I don't think V-Roy had no jewelry on, and from the people that was a little bit closer, Von was actually holding onto him like, man, you ain't going nowhere. Like, you here, like, even through getting he's that strong. Like, he was literally holding him.
Once the scene relaxed and everyone stopped using their firearms, the race to save King Von's life was then on. His closest friend Muwap ran right into the middle of the street. He hit Quando right out of the way. Quando and his team then left the scene, while Muwap was carrying King Von into the car and speeding out. Despite being hit 4 times, King Von was conscious the entire ride. And the members with Von in the car, they spoke out, saying that Von was trying to keep everyone in good spirits and calm and telling them everything will be okay.
When he was in the car, I myself wasn't there. The gentleman that was in the car with him was panicking, and Von was the one that was like, hey, calm down, slow down, chill, I'm gonna be good, just get me to the hospital. And honest truth, we all thought that the way he was carrying himself, from that incident, from what I was told from the people in the car, that he would have been fine.
Then after arriving to the hospital, King Von was then rushed into the operating room, but sadly passed away during surgery. At the news of King Von's passing, it would shake the entire rap industry, becoming one of the biggest rappers in the game to also one of Chicago's most fearless and dangerous gang members had fallen to another beef with another rapper.
This made national headlines as officials confirmed one of the 3 people was rapper King Von from Chicago, who was here last night with friends.
2 groups of individuals got into a physical altercation. That physical altercation escalated into an exchange of guns.
But on the other side, Lul Timm, he would survive his injuries at the hospital, but the following day he would then be arrested and charged with the passing of King Von. Lul Timm went through multiple bond hearings where he was also denied, but then suddenly in March 2021, he would receive a $100,000 bond, to which Quando Rondo would pay for. But since then, the charges against Lul Timm were dropped, as confirmed by his attorney in August 2023, where he would write, "The case against Mr. Leaks, aka Lul Timm, was dismissed before ever being indicted." But this is where it gets scary, as in 2025, as it would finally be announced, 5 Chicago gang members with ties to Lil Durk's OTF accused of being hired to deal with Quando Rondo in LA for the incident where Lil Pab was targeted as revenge for King Von. Suspects faced the life penalty, as the indictment alleges that flights, rental cars were all paid for with credit cards linked to OTF. As after years of Lil Durk being mocked online by fans saying to slide for Von, he did. As when the news broke out, we saw an announcement of rapper Lil Durk has been arrested following the recent arrests of other OTF members, as the same OTF members that were with Von on the night that he passed were seen shopping for jewelry with King Von, being D-Ski and Boogie.
Solitary stone.
We just looked at him. Good, man.
Let's go over there.
What up, bro?
Boss, you good? My boy.
Let's go. Good. They got real in here, man, because he just stepped in. The money man just stepped in.
as they would use that official footage in the OTF case when it would be announced. Mugshots released for 3 of 5 Chicago suspects allegedly involved in the revenge of King Von against Quando Rondo's friend Lil Pab. But it was more of the physical evidence of the crime that will give you the chills and confirms that these are OTF members that slid for Von, as Lil Durk was mentioned as the lead man. Mentioned in his song Wonderful Wayne and Jackie Boy, it went viral in the courtroom because Lil Durk would rap the lyrics, "Look on the news and see your son screaming no, no," as Quando Rondo was at the scene of the crime when Lil Pab passed and he was screaming no on the sidewalk.
This man, a passenger in that car, frantic at the sight.